What is up, guys? I have just come back from the Knysna hill climb and I'm going to give my thoughts on that shortly. But first, we take a very close look at what some say is not the prettiest car at the hill climb. But we asked the chief mechanic Kobus from the horse's mouth himself what exactly is done to this car. And does it cost as much as people think it does? So Kobus, you're the guy that's going to tell us all about the car. Apparently you're the man to speak to about the technical specs. How much downforce does this thing push up?
Well, it's been CFD'd, so we've calculated that on 280 kilometers per hour it pushes down 650 kilograms per wheel. So
that's a lot.
It's a lot. We worked in collaboration with DAS, Dynamic Aero Solutions, in New Zealand. And this was a quick package that we put together. We didn't have much time, so it's actually stolen parts of our Porsche that's on here.
That's what I heard. Is that front wing really from the Porsche?
Yeah, so we had a massive accident in PE a couple of months ago on the Porsche.
I remember, yes.
I had the wing fixed, but I got a better wing for the Porsche. So this one was lying on the shelves. So basically what happened here was we bought an off-the-shelf wing from Dynamic Aero Solutions.
Okay.
And we bought an off-the-shelf splitter from them.
Okay.
And then Dr. Sammy went over and he 3D scanned the car and he worked out the render for us what the car must look like and where the stuff needs to be mounted. So I asked him after the first render if we can use the Porsche's diffuser that I've designed that's on here.
Okay.
And he came back to us and he said, we got a problem, we don't have enough front downforce now, we've got too much at the back. So to balance it out, I said, well, what we can do is I still got the wing that came out of the Porsche, and that's basically how the wing came about. You know, although no one likes it, it's functional and it's doing its job.
It doesn't matter if anybody likes it, if the thing works. If it works. Nobody liked those fan cars either from the 60s, but they work, which is why they got banned. I mean, but this thing here, this is cutting edge stuff by the looks of it.
You see, we built the car also in collaboration with Dodson Motorsport in New Zealand, and we like their drag setup. So the car's engine and drivetrain is mainly a drag setup that Dodson Motorsport used. So going towards them to that platform, we liked it and we used that in the car.
So does that mean this car can do top end drags and things like that as well?
If we put slicks on this car and you change the setup of the suspension and the roll bar at the back, you can do a low 800 quarter mile.
In case you're wondering why he's smiling, is because I'm going like so just quickly, front to back, parts wise and power wise, what are we talking here?
Well, currently we still run the VR38 engine that's in here. It's a fully built engine. We run the GT35 Garrett's new generation turbos on it. Full Motec system from PDM, ECU, dash is all Motec. Ecotec controls the TCM, which is the transmission control module. So it's been manipulated by that, although to a certain aspect the Motec ECU also controls the gearbox.
Yeah, okay.
It runs a standard casing that looks like a GTR gearbox, but it's all billet parts inside in terms of gears, clutches, everything is billet to handle the horsepower. The engine is now currently with this turbo setup capable of doing 1,600. With bigger turbos it can do 2,000. But for this weekend we won't exceed those type of horsepower.
The chassis, I understand the chassis is actually a tube set chassis.
The chassis is complete chrome Wally chassis. It's also been built in New Zealand, but more track inspired. So the guy that designed the chassis was more track inspired. So that's why we like the option of going for this with having a drag drivetrain with a track inspired chassis. They've changed a couple of stuff in terms of OEM pickup points. It's got an inboard suspension at the back with TTX Öhlins double adjuster shocks in it. And when the car came here, we had nothing in mind that we're going to do this with the car that we did with it. So we had to redesign a lot of suspension, spring rates and bump rubbers and stuff like that to make the car work with all of this aero. So it's basically a space frame with an upgraded suspension and lots of aero.
Good as well. I've heard some rumors about how much this car costs.
There's so much of rumors. Obviously, you know, you'll only find out if you try and build it yourself, but it's nothing what the people expected this car to cost. I mean, we heard rumors of 10 million.
I heard rumors of 16.
No, it's crazy, man. We can build a lot of them for that amount of money. It's actually not bad. Unfortunately, what was costly is the car was so late that we had to fly it in to get it in South Africa. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to finish the car here and race it at this event. So it was a little bit costly to get the car here, but not that bad in terms of how much the actual car cost.
Awesome. Quovis, thank you so much for your time, and I know you're a busy man, brother.
Only a pleasure.
One of the busiest men here, Quovis. Well, there you heard it, guys. You heard it here first. It's not as expensive as people say. It probably does cost a lot of money, but nowhere near what people are saying. The downforce figures are amazing. Like Quinsley's car pushes out 800 kilos in total of downforce. Granted, that car is road legal, but I spoke to Quinsley and he said that in his opinion, this car is proper. It's done by the right guys. It's done by guys that have Formula One experience. So it is a proper car, and no wonder it's the fastest car there, at least in their category. It got beaten by Andre Besaidenout in the single-seater, the hill climb car. And I think Robert Falk also was ahead of him in the times. But they're saying that this car is nowhere near its max potential. They basically cobbled it together for this event. But when they take the car back, they're going to redo the aero. They're going to change a couple of parts, maybe add more power and get the car dialed in properly. I think we can look forward to this car coming back next year, bigger, faster, and stronger. Now, yes, that wing isn't the prettiest thing in the world, but sometimes you got to go function over form. I knew that I wouldn't like what the car looked like, but I love what the car stands for. And this is the way it's going now. Time attack and hill climb type events need lots of downforce, and it's not always going to be the prettiest thing at the track, but it's probably going to be the fastest. That's my report on the hill climb. At least in my opinion, the most interesting car at the hill climb. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.